Now we're coming from the old into the new. We're coming from the old into the new. We've got to understand who God is from Genesis to Malachi to understand who He is when He wraps Himself in a robe of flesh. Matthew 1:21 says, "And she shall bring forth the Son, and thou shalt call His name," and the King James says Jesus. The original 1611 King James said Jesus. The Greek said I-S-U-S or I-S-O-U-S, Jesus. So Jesus, Jesus, and Jesus. Now, what name was He called by? See, once the true name was removed, and they could bring in baptism and get an assembly that's supposed to be oneness and start baptizing titles Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Once they could do this, then they could get people to believe in any name they wanted to. But if they stayed with the name that was given to Apostle Peter in the 16th chapter of the book of Matthew, Peter, who had the keys to the kingdom, but he didn't have a writing of a New Testament, but he had the keys to the kingdom. Peter never used Jesus, Jesus, and Jesus. Peter, we have scriptural proof in the New Testament what Peter said. But I want to go on here in the book of Matthew here, where it says, "And call His name Jesus, for He shall save His people from their sins." Now I want to know who the God of Abraham is, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, or that was changed to Israel. Matthew 1:22, because once you look at this, the translations that it come through, none of these matches up on the day of Pentecost with the man that had the keys to the kingdom. None of these names matches up. Regardless if it was Yeshua, Yehoshua, or Joshua, or everywhere, what else they want to come up with.